Microsoft just released a new set of updates, calling it the Wave 2 Spring Release. And we will have a look what's in it and what actual news this update contains. So first of all, my name is Daniel. I'm a Microsoft MVP focused on Microsoft Copilot, and I just had a very interesting call with Microsoft together where I explained some of the updates. So I collected all of this information in the small PDF. You can find the PDF free to download on my LinkedIn, and we will now together have a look into the actual update and see what is actual in it. And yeah, I will talk you a little bit through. I will show you what we see there, and I will maybe give you a clue what this all means. So I have also not tested everything yet because this is pretty new stuff. So we will talk a little bit about it. So first of all, we have some major updates with the Microsoft 365 Copilot app. The Copilot app, Microsoft means the main Copilot interface that you are working with. So this is only applying currently to everything that is work related. So either you have the paid Microsoft 365 Copilot license that costs roughly $30 a month, or you have the free version, which is an unlicensed version of Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is also secure and also integrated into your work environment, but has a limited feature set. So both of these tools, they get a new UI and they get additional features. First of all, they get the AI-powered search, where you can find information faster. We get a create experience. This is quite nice. We get so-called Copilot Notebooks, where we can now find all our different informations and work together, and yeah, grab information from the web, from our documents, and we have an agent store to more easily find and access agents. So I'm not going to read, of course, the screen through, but let's have a look together into the Microsoft 365 app, and while looking on the app tour here.
I'm going to give you
So I think I will mute this handsome guy there, and we will have a look together. So first of all, what we see here is the updated Microsoft 365 Copilot interface. So that what it will look in the very future. The update is to be rolled out on all tenants until May until May this year. So we see the main chat interface to navigate through is now moved to the left side, where we can see, for example, our chat, also the different agents we're working with, the new notebooks, also the new create and the new app center. So a lot of new stuff right in the first frame of this video here. As you can see, currently we are in the chat interface. That means this was formerly where we knew where we can chat on the very bottom to put in our prompt. And now we have a new window in the middle located. We have the familiar work and web switch on the very top, and they create a new chat image on the right. Okay, so first of all, let's see what we've got here. So first of all, yeah, we see this thing, it's called Copilot Pages. This has been introduced quite a while ago. We see our recent chats that we also formerly accessed on the right side. And now we can start creating our prompt, writing our prompt, to ask, in this case, to Copilot to create a bar chart. This stuff is made with Python integration, and Copilot, you can see something very small here. It says memory updated. That basically means now Copilot also has a thing called memory, which was available on ChatGPT for a while ago. That means Copilot reminds himself of things that you have already done. So this is a very nice feature. You can also then tell Copilot what not to keep in memory or what to exclude or include. So, but per default, you can see things that you will write will go now into the memory for Copilot to give you a more experienced, tailored interface and more a better experience, because Copilot actually knows what you already have done or what you already have asked it. So in this case, it creates a week over week since March 1st. This thing is powered by Python, and a Copilot used different files to create those dates in this case. So, and now a very small second, he just clicked memory updated there. So yeah, so it says memory updated, and what he does now is, yeah, he just hovers over it and to actually get the possibility to manage the memory. Yeah, so if you hover over the memory, you will get the possibility, yeah, to manage the memories. Yeah, so and yeah, what it shows you now is that this is like a adjustable graphic, so you can filter down. You can open that in a Copilot page, and you can start filter down. Copilot pages are actually powered by Microsoft Loop. And then we have a new thing, it's called a notebook. So notebooks will be introduced to Copilot to give you an all-eye interface or canvas, basically combining the features of Microsoft OneNote and Microsoft Loop for the pages and for different artifacts. You can put in web pages, you can put in documents, you can work together, you can have like a flexible canvas with all the different references that you might be already working on. And yeah, so that's a new great interface. We're directly jumping to the next topic. So, also a few weeks ago, Microsoft introduced two new agents. The first is the researcher agent, and the second is the analyst agent. So, both of them are inspired by the deep reasoning stuff that has already been integrated into the free private Copilot case, and of course, has been available for ChatGPT for a while now. The researcher agent actually leverages the OpenAI O3 model, the full O3 model, to give you any based research on your prompt with the O3 model. Yeah, it leverages your internal documents, it leverages the public web knowledge, everything that you have access on. While the analyst is more tailored for data analysis, it uses the O3 mini model and has a system prompt more specified to get data analysis done. And both of these agents are currently in the Frontier program, which is like a limited preview for US only customers. And now you'll see an example prompt how he uses the researcher agent. There's a lot of new stuff that we can actually use with the new versions of these agents or the new agents. So he did not did a demo yet. What we can see is all the different agents that we see. So Microsoft is really still going into that direction, that they want to integrate more third-party integrations with their pre-built agents into the product. So that means we can see here Jira, which is like an external application. Also, there will be things like Salesforce probably, or Service Desk, all like pre-built agents with default connections to third-party apps that you use in your organization.
For quick access, discover new ones through the
And there is a new agent store. So on the all agents, we see a nicely updated visual of the currently app store that Microsoft is using. But basically the same data, so just a little bit of another filtering, of another display. Quite nice to the eye, in my opinion. And now we get a new feature, and it's called search. So that's actually a very good point, because most people start with Copilot by using it as an updated search, which is actually, when using it right, a quite nice use case. But most of them are doing it wrong because they're trying to prompt it like it's Google. So with the new search, it basically combines like the M365 search, which is more based on keywords, with an AI powered search. So we can see here we are typing in a prompt, not a keyword. And Copilot is generating all the results. And on the right side, you actually see that it's accessing the different resources. It has access to not only your internal resources, but also like Confluence, Jira, MediaWiki, so other graph connectors that you have, of course, established. It does not come out of the box. You need to configure that stuff, yeah, for sure. But with that, yeah, it gives you like an overview, and it combines like the traditional search with an AI-powered search, with which features basically are already there, but now it's combined in a new and very nice UI, with it's much easier to use for people. So in this case, we have just clicked on one document. For example, this was a PowerPoint, and Copilot is creating a summary for us, and we can work with that. And the next updated part is the create. So create, about this word per se, it's a little bit complicated. So if you're using Copilot right now and you don't have the update yet, you will see it as visual creator. So that's an agent that has been added per default to your Copilot. From a consumer perspective, you might know this feature as designer. Yeah, but designer is like a consumer product, and now the create is like the designer with Entra ID. Currently, everything related to designer and to the visual creator has leveraged the Dolly 2 image, the Dolly 3 image generation, which was quite, I would say, okay-ish. Yeah, so we had the pretty known issues with generating text with AI generated images. It had the possibility to create like nice looking videos out of the prompt, but especially with the latest updates coming to the GPT-4o model, that has introduced a really great image generation engine where we see all these action figures, action packs, and Ghibli images all over LinkedIn. Yeah, it felt like a little bit outdated. And now Microsoft is pulling on that. We are getting the new GPT-4o updated image generation into our Copilot experience. And yeah, it's perfectly integrated into the current workspace, because you would also get, for example, a possibility to create design based on a brand kit that you have integrated into your SharePoint brand library if you have some of these. So yeah, the new Create comes with a lot more options, and in this case, you can see the brand library that is, of course, powered by your organization if provided. And the best thing, this is also available on the phone, which is quite a thing that Microsoft is a little bit always letting us wait on those phone integrations. Okay, so yeah, this was like yeah, an overview about the new UI, about the new features that we will see coming up into the Copilot interface. But yeah, as I mentioned, one of the larger updates in the recent in the recent past, sorry, in the recent past was the researcher and the analyst agent. And we will also have a look into them very quickly. We can see in this interface already a few weeks ago, we could see the new interface, and we could see the new researcher agent and the analyst agent. So, and in this time, he also gives us an example about them. So he writes a prompt to create a marketing plan with a sneaker product launch with a little bit of details. And then the researcher agent is working in the background. So now it's leveraging the O3 model. Before it actually starts, it asks us a few questions to specify our prompt to make sure it get everything right. And then it just takes some time. It maybe takes a few seconds, few minutes, and you can actually see it work. So as you know it from the deep research model from Microsoft, from OpenAI, ChatGPT, and yeah, skipping a little bit forward, we see there is like a large block of text created for us that we can start working with. In this case, we have created a page for it. And yeah, pretty similar is with the analyst agent. Yes, he has another focus than the researcher. So he is not really tailored to do research. He's tailored to analyze, obviously. And for example, if we provide him with a file that is, for example, a large Excel, and of course with some additional files, and he's able to really dive into those files, combine those files, get the O3 mini model running, understanding the data, probably leveraging and using Python to create its own analysis. These things you probably know if you have used Excel Copilot recently, that we can use those advanced analysis stuff that is powered by Python. And yeah, it starts analyzing, it's creating charts and whatever you ask it to do. So for those who are doing analysis on existing data, this might be a very cool agent to have a look on. As I said, those agents are currently rolling out in a so-called Frontier program. Yeah, so it's not available to the public yet. Frontier program is a program that is currently tailored to US markets only, and not available for all of us in the European region. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back. We have already seen the new Create stuff. Then we also have quickly seen the Copilot Notebooks. And on the very end of this Wave 2 update, there is an update about the new, I would say, or updated features of Copilot control system. In general, this seems like a little, I would say, addition to it, to just not make it an UI update, but to give also the admins a little bit more. But to be honest, it's quite limited. So basically the most important updates, they have been done in the last week. So the Copilot control system per se got introduced as like the admin interface for Microsoft Copilot, and now Microsoft is bringing more stuff into the Copilot control system. But in fact, it's not really in the Copilot control system because it's outside of it, but it counts as a part of it. So yeah, just skip the theory here and dive a little bit in. First of all, yes, what Microsoft knows and what they really need to tackle on, in my opinion, is agent governance. With the latest update, with the Wave 2 Spring release, they go in the right direction with those updates. But yeah, that's the number one feedback from companies I work with, that it needs to be better in terms of manageability. Yeah. So first of all, for example, we still have no difference between someone who creates an agent or someone who uses an agent when we're talking about normal Copilot agents. So that's quite a limit. But what we see now is first, we are in Microsoft Purview, and we are in the data security posture management for AI, which now also integrates AI apps and agents. So agents are now a part of DSPM. We can see for specific agents what kind of alerts we have, what kind of possible alerts we have in terms of risky interactions and Copilot inappropriate use. And if there is any data uploaded with a label on it to those agents. And yeah, we can also start now govern these terms of security risk or potential data access risks per agent in the DSPM, or we can at least have a look in it and see it in the DSPM. The other one, the next update that we see that is under the report section, the admin center, is additional reports about the agent. Yeah, we were familiar with on the left side, you can see the Copilot and Copilot chat one, and new is the agent and the message consumption. So that's new. So we can see how agents are used, what different type of agents are used, what agent is used how often, and also maybe by which users, and also hopefully seeing like the costs. So you currently see users by publisher type, so what kind of different agents have been published, and what types of publishers that we have are internal users. I really like to see names there, and of course I'd like to see numbers and prices there in terms of how many dollars or euros does an agent cost. What we already can do now, and that's also integrated into the setup part and the integrated apps, that we see all the different agents and that we can either block agents, deploy agents, or only give certain users or groups access to specific agents. So that is already possible now. That's not a new update. The one with the new analytics and the stuff, that's actually new. So, and the last thing is an update on the Copilot analytics section, where you get an agent impact page to get like business impact reporting and return on invest calculation based on your numbers and your departments, all within the Viva Insights powered Copilot analytics dashboard. Yeah, so that's quite nice. Not so many customers using it yet because it's based on Viva and you need to set it up very distinctively. So yeah, that's definitely something to maybe work with it. There's also a link to the updated work trend index. Of course, I'll link you the blog version of this from Microsoft in the show notes. And if you need additional information, as I said, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn and have a look on the PDF that I just published. I really hope this video was helpful for you. You get some insights. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the in the comment section. Also, leave a like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want. And I wish you a very nice day. And I hope you have success with Copilot. See you and bye bye.